Test, test, test. Game number 3 at the Edina Invitational. It's the CCH Stormhawks against the Mound Westonka Whitehawks. So Stormhawks in black, Whitehawks in white. Drake's going to chase it down. We have Arnold's in net today for the Stormhawks. Face off along the boards. Lindell is there. They got a guy right out in the slot. They just missed him. That would have been an opportunity. Van's going to take it up. That's Blake Van. He's going to get it down into the zone. He gets ridden off. And the Whitehawks are going to come back down on Lindell and to break. Comes through. He tries to beat both of them. Can't do it. And it's going to leave the zone, and the Whitehawks are going to have to regroup. Offsides outside the Stormhawks zone at 14-13 in the first period. Both teams feeling themselves out. These teams have played once before with the Whitehawks prevailing either 2-0 or 3-1. 3-1. Early in the year, right after Halloween, so they might have had sugar highs. Clava, Nutter, and McNabb out there, dumped in by the Whitehawks. Into the corner it goes. Having there, he chips it out to Nutter. Held in at the point, shot right on Arnold. Into the body and into the glove, and there'll be a face-off inside the zone. Clave on the draw, wins the draw back. Abbott's going to ring it around. Going to be picked up by McNabb. McNabb kind of loses it, can't control it. Gets back in the play. Avon's going to pick it up and push it out into the neutral zone. It's going to go all the way down the ice, and it looks like it'll probably be icing. Oh, they waved it off icing. Nice forecheck, centered it out in front. McNabb can't handle it, gets it to the point. Avon takes a shot off the side of the net. And the Whitehawks got some size for sure on their team. Avon gets it over to McNabb. McNabb's going to be ridden off from the guy coming off the bench. Avon's going to bank it off the board. It goes nowhere except up. Whitehawks get it, center it right out in front. No shot, as Nickel was there to intercede. Nickel has it, tries to stick handle through, gets it knocked away. It's going to be played by Thorpe. Thorpe overstates it. Regroups with Dreyer. Dreyer's going to get it to Brandt. Brandt's going to try and hit Nickel. It was a little bit behind him. As the Whitehawks try to skate it up, it's going to be intercepted by Brandt. Brandt's going to be pushing ahead. He's going to run out a little bit of gas. But it's going to be held in by Thorpe at the point to Nickel. Played along the boards. It's going to be pushed down the ice, and that should be an icing. At 12:26, there'll be a face-off inside the Whitehawks zone. No shots on net for either team. Well, one shot on net for the Whitehawks, none for the Stormhawks at this point, to my knowledge. Rotunda at center. Blake and Olin Van on the side, along with Lundell and DeBrake at the point. Face-off is controlled by the Whitehawks. They circle the net, try to get it to the wing. It's going to be kept in by Lundell. Shot towards the net, but not on. Puck comes right out front. DeBrake's going to get it in the neutral zone. He's going to give it to Lundell. Lundell loses it a little bit, and they got a one-on-one with DeBrake. He goes to the side, takes a backhand right on Arnold. Pretty weak shot, but enough to get a shot on net. Arnold's going to swallow it up. It'll be a face-off at 12 minutes to the glove side of Arnold. Again, Stormhawks in dark, Whitehawks in light gray, actually. Chip down low, Whitehawks control. We're trying to push them to the side. Back to high to the point. He's going to try and get it. If they chip it up, they got it. Oh, they couldn't quite chip it up to him. It's going to be offsides, and that was an opportunity. Just skipped over the stick, or else one of the Vans would have been gone. Face off outside the zone. Clave on the draw. Pushes it to the side. Nutter's going to get a piece of it, but Clave's going to get it back. Wings it over to McNabb on the far side. McNabb's just going to take a shot. Misses the net. Held in at the point by Nutter. Back to McNabb to Clave in the center. Shot right there. Nutter's got it. He's going to take a shot. He goes high above the net. Zeltinger's there. Gets it to Nutter. Goes far side. Excuse me. McNabb goes far side to Nutter. It's going to be chipped out, and that should be icing. Oh, it's going to die short. Die short. So the Stormhawks got to go 200 feet. Chipped up into the zone, off the boards. Nutter's there. Avon's there to play it along the boards. He's going to try and dump it in. And it's pinched off by the Whitehawks. Nutter goes far side to McNabb. McNabb gets it. He's got a little bit of speed. He's got some traffic in front of him. Nutter's there from the side. He centers it. No one's there. And the Whitehawks come out. Shot right on Arnold. He's going to gobble it up at 10:34 for a face-off inside the Stormhawk zone. Nickel on the draw. He loses the draw. It goes back to the point. Whitehawks control. Down low, the battle with Thorpe. Thorpe's going to use his body, stick, and skates, along with Dreyer down there. Excuse me, Nickel. Nickel's going to get it to Brandt. Brandt tries to get it up. He gets it to Nickel. He's got Hines with him. Hines is going to come through. It's dumped long. It's going to come back to the point. They need someone in front. Shot by Dreyer. Just misses the net. Back out to the point for Thorpe. Thorpe tries to pinch it, and it bounces out. It goes all the way down into the Stormhawk zone. Stormhawks are going to try to get it out. Pass to Brandt. It was intercepted. Nickel is going to get it. He's going to get it to Hines. Hines can't quite control it. And back in the down low of the Stormhawks. They ring it around the ice. They have control. They center it right out front. Arnold's going to scoop it up at 9:30. Rotunda in the center. The draw is won by the Whitehawks. Shot right on Arnold. Grabs it with the glove, drops it, and covers it up again. And they'll do a redraw. Blocker side of Arnold. Stormhawks in black. Whitehawks in whitish gray. Back to the point. No shot there. They're going to dump it behind Arnold. Rich Brake's going to get it. He reverses directions. Van is going to have it. He's got no one on him. He takes some time. He's going to bounce it to his brother Blake. Blake tries to stick handle it. He's going to dump it down in deep. Played by the goaltender of the Whitehawks. Chased by Olin Van. He blows a tire. Rotunda's there. They dump it on the boards. It's going to be picked up by Tabrake, who pinches. Someone's got to drop back for him, though. Lindell able to keep it in deep. Rotunda's there. Pins him up against the boards. And the Whitehawks skate through a couple, and they're going to come out. They got a couple guys went off. It's a 2-on-2. He tries to beat him. Can't beat Lindell. Knocks him down. Tabrake gets it. He's going to push it out. Van's going to get there, or had a chance to get there. Lindell's going to get it. He's going to dump it. Van's got it. He's got Clave on the side. Back to Van. Takes a shot off the pipe. Odd angle, but he got the shot. Just unable to get the pipe. And icing's waved off as Zeltinger gets there. He's pinned up against the boards. Up to McNabb. McNabb's going to saucer it to Van. Van's going to get it. He's going to dump it down low and go for a switch. Comes right off the backboards. Clayman's there. Zeltinger gets it. Tries to get it in front. And the Whitehawks come back. Takes a shot. Blocker saved by Arnold. He had part of the net open. Arnold good enough to get a blocker on it. To the point. Again, another shot on Arnold. Saved and kicked to the corner behind the net. McNabb has it. He's looking to get it out. He gets pinched. 3 shots from the same defender here, all in a row. So he likes to shoot. Banks along the boards. McNabb has it. He's going to skate it low to try and get some time. He gets picked right out in front. And the Whitehawks have a little bit of pressure going. They try and hit the guy in the center. They do. And finally, it's chipped out of the zone. Nutter's going to chase along with McNabb. Avon's going to be the first to the corner. McNabb's going to get it over to Nutter. Nutter's going to give it to Clava. Clava fans on the shot. Nutter's there to knock it in deep down low. Nutter's down low. It's going to come back, and that one should be icing. At 6:37, it'll be a face-off in the Whitehawks zone. 0-0. Shots more than likely in favor of the Whitehawks at this point. Face-off to the blocker side of the Whitehawks goalie. Nickel, Heinz Brandt out there along with Thorpe and Dreyer. Face-off is controlled by the Whitehawks down behind the net. It goes. He's going to try and skate it through. He's going to knock it out to the neutral zone where the Stormhawks regroup. Puck goes in. Brandt's going to be the first one there. Played along the boards. Thorpe's able to keep it in. Thorpe's going to keep it in. He gets it Nickel. Nickel tries to get a shot off. It's behind the net. Heinz is there. Played on the boards. The Whitehawks are able to push it out. Down behind Arnold, but all the way to the corner. Whitehawks, first guy there. Dreyer's battling them. Finally, Nickel's there to help. Pushes it to Heinz. Heinz going to chip it off the boards. It's going to come back. Brandt's going to get it. He's going to race for it. He can't quite beat the guy. Played in the corner it goes. Down low it goes. Back to Lindell. Lindell to Brandt. Out to Brandt. He gets it. And chipped in. And the referee is making sure we hear the whistle. Brandt was just coming off and his shot was wide and hit him in the side. And then he quickly turned around to try and poke it in, but the net came off the bearings, and apparently the puck was under the goaltender. Face off inside the zone, 5:25. All right, so face off still inside the zone. Don't know what they were discussing. Face off is one, Van gets it, dumps it down low, goes into the corner. Picked up by Rotunda, he's got some time. He's going to get it to Blake Van. Blake Van's going right in the slot, takes a shot, puts it in. Rotunda got it over to him. Blake Van had some room, skated right in, couple little moves and shot off the goaltender into the upper corner, and that puts the Stormhawks up 1-0 at 5:10. So the Stormhawks take the early lead at 5:10 of the first period. Lindell back to Break. Break's trying to get it to Blake Van off the skate of a Whitehawk. It's going to be pushed down. That could have been icing, but they waved it off. Blake Van's there. He tries to push it out. Pushed out to the point. Shot wide of Arnold. It'll be a face-off. Face-off to the blocker side of Arnold. Inside the Stormhawk zone. 4:40 on the first. Play him on the draw. Wins it. Controls it. Gets it over to Nutter on the side. Nutter tries to chip it off. He fanned on it a little bit. And it's going to be offsides at center ice due to where it was shot into the zone by the Whitehawks. Center ice draw. Clava's there, Nutter and McNabb on the sides. Controlled by the Whitehawks. They go D to D. They hit their center coming around, or wing. And they're going to bring it through. They enter the zone. They go deep and wide. They're going to go behind Arnold, still controlling it. And then they reverse directions. No one's there but Nutter. Nutter's going to chip it out to Clava. Oh, he just can't handle it. But he's going to get it. Almost got it back. And now somehow it comes back to Nutter. Nutter brings it into the zone wide. He's being ridden. Abin's able to hold it in at the point on the pinch. Goes right towards the net. Behind the net it goes. Nutter's there. With McMahon chasing, and the Whitehawks try to get it out off the shin pad of one. And the Whitehawks just dump it down into the zone. Abin's there. He loses it to the Whitehawks, but gets a stick on it to get it back. And it's going to be offsides on the Whitehawks at 3:30. Outside the zone of the Stormhawks. Nickel loses the draw to the Whitehawks. Whitehawks are going to dump it in right on Arnold. He's going to freeze it, get a face-off. Be to the blocker side of Arnold. That was 7 seconds. Puck is controlled by the Whitehawks right up the center. The center shot, rebound, right there. Hines is going to get it. He's got Brandt as well. Tries to get through, gets ridden off. Whitehawks come back down. Controlled in the corner. They're going to center it up high. They're going to miss it, and it's not going to be icing because they pushed it. Hines is there along with Brandt and Nickel. Down low it goes. Comes to neutral zone, and the Whitehawks have a little bit of numbers. He's going to bring it wide. He's going to be ridden off, and they're going to call, I believe it's Thorpe. for tripping. He got his little bit of his leg in there and not necessarily his hip. And the Stormhawks are going to go down for 2 minutes here at 2:43 of the first. Looks like both Vans are out there for the penalty kill along with Lindell and Tabrake. Face off won by the Whitehawks. Back to the point it goes. On the side, up high. In the slot it goes. Number 77 takes shot off of Arnold's head. Up high it goes. They're moving around the perimeter, trying to get the guy in front. Whitehawks have control down low. Try to get it to the side. Can't quite control it. Lindell is there. Whitehawks still control around the perimeter. Perimeter they go. Every once in a while, the Stormhawk gets a stick in there to bounce it away. Shot. Doesn't make it to Arnold. It's going to be flipped up by Tabrake. Oh, it doesn't quite leave the zone. It was close. They had it centered in the center slot. Arnold poke checks it away. Lindell's able to get a shot, but it's gloved and kept in. Walks it through. They got time. And Lindell just pushes it down, and they got to go for a change. Four new ones out there for the Stormhawks. 45 seconds remain in the power play advantage. Rotunda's out there along with McNabb. Takes a shot, toe drag around Abbott and got a shot on Arnold, who makes an easy save. Kept in at the line. Skates high to the slot around the perimeter. Down low, McNabb's there. Back up high to the point. Shot right on Arnold. Rebound right there. One save, two save. And Abbott comes by to clear some people away. Just giving them a little push. So 55 seconds remain in the first period. Face-off still in the Stormhawks zone with 12 seconds remaining on the power play advance for the Whitehawks. Puck is going to be flipped out and just misses the glass and goes into the bench. It'll be a face-off again inside the zone. Played on the draw. Draw is pushed to the side, chipped out of the zone, and the Whitehawks got to regroup. The Whitehawks get it. They got numbers. They got 2-on-1. Take a shot. Arnold, glove save. I think it was going to probably go wide, but let's not chance it. 38 seconds remain in the first. Both teams at 5-on-5. Inside the zone, Whitehawks win the draw back to the point. Shot, and McNabb was able to get a stick up there and deflect it up into the netting. Again, another face-off. Clayville wins this one. It's run around. Lindell gets it, tries to get it to Nutter. Nutter can't quite control it out in the neutral zone, but it is out in the neutral zone. Played down, Tabrake's going to have it. He's going to go over to Lindell. Lindell's looking. No one's there. He just banks it off the boards. Up in the neutral zone, and now he's going to dump it in deep. Whitehawks are going to hang back, push it along the boards, and that's going to complete our period. After one, it's the Stormhawks 1, Whitehawks 0. Start of the second period here. Stormhawks are ahead 1-0. Entering the second period. Ice has been cleared. Nickel at center. Bram Heinz at the side. Puck is face-off won by Nickel. And is knocked back into the Stormhawks zone where they try and control it. Nickel has it. He's going to skate it up. He's going to dump it deep. Heinz is going to be there to chase along with Nickel. Down low it goes. Off the board. It's going to be held, almost held in. Heinz is going to get it. He's going to go off the boards. And that's going to be a shot from about 150 feet on Arnold. Off the boards again, out into the neutral zone. And the Whitehawks are trying to get a piece of it. It's up in the air. It's going to be a high stick. Yep, they're going to call a high stick. It'll be a face-off inside the Stormhawk zone at 14:07. Stormhawks in dark. Whitehawks in light gray and red. Face-off is controlled by the Stormhawks, rung around. Blake Van's going to play it along the boards. He's going to try and push it out. He centers it right, shot wide to Arnold. Rebound was shot to the side. Arnold, don't know where the puck is. It went behind the net, so Arnold did not have to make the save, but he sure had to change directions in a hurry. Rotunda at center. Face off, controlled by the Whitehawks. Shot right on Arnold. Rebound right there. Avon was able to bat it out of the neutral zone right in front of Arnold where that rebound was sitting, and they'll take an ice. And they'll redo the draw here, blocker side of Arnold. Third time's the charm. Comes back. Whitehawks are going to dump it down deep behind Arnold. Avon is there. He's going to try and get it to the wing. Played by the Whitehawks. They come through. He's right in the slot. Shot blocked by the defense. And the puck just kind of skipping around. And Blake Van, or Olin Van, Blake Van is going to be able to chip it out. Held on a shot, wide of the net. Van's going to try and keep it in. He's able to keep it in. But the Whitehawks are going to skate it back out. They're going to hit their wing and they come in. He's got a 1-on-2, tries to get through the defense. Good job by the defense to stand him up, not be tricked by all his stick handling. Clava comes in. He's little in the slot. He looked for someone to drop to. Didn't get it. Nam picks it in front. Still battling. It's going to be picked up by Nutter. Clava's there as well. And back out into the neutral zone it goes. DeBrake just kind of flips it down as the Whitehawks go far side. DeBrake is there along with McNabb. Pinched along the boards. And it's going to be dumped down behind the net where Arnold plays it with a stick. Stops it for Lindell. Lindell can't get it. Got a guy right in the slot. He takes a shot. Totally misses the net, but it bounced straight out front. He had an opening there. To break. And we got dual penalties here to Lindell and one of them for roughings. So the face-off will be at the outside the zone of the Whitehawks. Clava, McNabb, Nutter out there along with Thorpe and Dreyer. Picked up by Nutter. Nutter enters the zone. He goes wide. Loses it in the corner, but still battles. Takes a big hit. That's all right. They're going to blow the whistle, and they're going to call a roughing, I think. They're going to call a roughing, so power play opportunity for the Stormhawks. I don't think it was the hit. I think it was the after hit that got them the roughing call. So the Stormhawks will go on the power play here at 11:48 for 2 minutes. Clava at center, Aben and Zeltinger at the point. Off the boards, Aben's going to hold it. Aben in the center, over to Zeltinger. Zeltinger high, Aben's high. You got Clava and Zeltinger on the sides. In the slot, unable to get a shot. It's going to be iced down the rink at 1:38. Face off inside the zone, blocker side. Draw is won by the Stormhawks. Aben has a high at the point. Clava to Nutter down low for McNabb in the slot. McNabb takes a shot. Save and maybe off the pipe. Zeltinger's there. He gets pressured. He's going to lose it. He's going to hold it in at the point. Over to Clava. Clava's going to take a shot. It's blocked off the shin pads. And Aben's going to pick it up. And a minute into the power play, Aben just keeps losing it in front. And McNabb's going to get it. He's going to get it up over to Clava. Clava's going to enter the zone. McNabb's going towards the net. Held in at the point by Thorpe. Thorpe takes a shot wide of the net and then off the netting. And 42 seconds remain on the power play opportunity. With, I don't know if they had a shot. Grant at center. Draw is kicked down low. It's going to be rung around, but held in by Thorpe at the point. Thorpe to Hines. Hines to break. To break. Tries to get it. Brand hits one high. Down low. Brand has control. Gets it to Nickel. Nickel back high to the point. Nickel back to break on and gets tipped and they lose it. 10 seconds remaining on the power play opportunity. Nickel is going to skate it down. Drops it for Hines. Hines is going to go towards the net. Brandt's right there. Puck is still loose. Kicked out. To break gets it. He's going to dump it low. Both teams are at full strength. Brandt has it low. Centers it out to Nickel. Off his stick. Shot right there. Tip. And Nickel gets it on the tip from Ford. So Nickel was right on, was able to slap it enough, and that's a full strength goal. As the power play had expired, and they sent the guy over to the bench instead of coming out on the ice, and that puts the Stormhawks ahead 2-0. 9:39 in the second period. Stormhawks lead 2-0. Face off won by Nickel. Back to Thorpe. Thorpe over to Dreyer. Dryer's looking. He's going to hit Hines. Hines can't control it, but he's there. It's going to be picked up by Brandt. Brandt in the slot. Takes a shot off the pipe. Robin pipe. He gets it back out front. And Hines is going to put it in. Oh, it's still loose and he can't quite get it. Held in at the point. Thorpe is there. He's going to get it over. He's going to push it. Brandt's going to go after it. Push out into the neutral zone. Dreyer is there. Dreyer looks, it's intercepted and bumped. Thorpe has it. He's going to get it up to Nickel. Nickel is going to be, Brant's going to be offsides. At 8:50, it'll be a face-off outside the zone. Face-off outside the zone. Lindell and to break at the point. Olin Van, Blake Van, and Rotunda out there. Rotunda and Van are there to forecheck. Van almost intercepts it. Olin Van is down low with Rotunda. Blake Van's high in the slot at F3. Blake Van gets a piece of it, gets ridden off, but it's knocked back in by defense. Puck is kind of bouncing around, lots of sticks swinging at it. Finally, the Whitehawks try to get it, but it's pushed out. Rotunda has it in the slot. Oh, he gets picked, and the Whitehawks come back. They go wide. They try to get by to break. Can't do it. Nice job by him playing the stick and the body. Van tries to get it. He gets it to Rotunda off the skate. He's going to get it to Olin Van, who dumps it in deep. Olin Van's there. He's the only one down low. He takes a collision. Puck comes out. And the Whitehawks miss their thing. And there's going to be regrouped by the Stormhawks. DeBrick's going to skate it up. He's going to come through. He gets hooked a bunch of times. Boy, they don't call it. Down low it goes. Off the boards, off the glass. It'll be icing on the Whitehawks who just wanted to get rid of that puck. 7:27 remaining in the second. Kleva, McNabb, Nutter out there, Abbott and Zeltinger at the point. Yeah. Face off to the glove side of the Whitehawk goaltender. Face off. Kleva tried to go forward. He still got it back. Almost got it over to Nutter on the second try. Jumps out of the zone. The Stormhawks have to regroup. Knockdown. Nutter's got an opportunity. He swings at it. Kleva's there to follow. Kleva has it down low. Back to the point. Zeltinger has it. Takes a shot. Right on. Bad save and blocked to the corner. McNabb has it. He cycles it down. Comes out to the point of Abbott. Abbott takes a shot off the stick and flipped into the corner. Kleva can't quite hold the zone. He retreats to his own zone. Gets it to Zeltinger. Zeltinger's going to try and get it to Nutter. Nutter tried to get it through, but is off the skate. Ooh, good recovery. As McNabb's going to get it on the boards, he's going to put it in right on the goal. It's in between his legs. Ooh. He did not have that secured at all, as it was sitting in between his legs from a shot from the blue line by McNabb. Nickel, Heinz, Brand, Dreyer, and Thorpe out there for the Stormhawks inside the zone. Nickel goes forward, tries to get to Heinz. Puck is loose. Heinz just can't get a stick on it. Tries to get out in front. Brant and Nickel are there. Nickel is going to go high to the point. Back to Nickel on the boards. Brant's in front. Nickel takes a shot high above the glass. Nickel has it. He hits the guy in the slot. Heinz is there, takes a shot. Blocker save. Nickel is there, along with Heinz. On the boards it goes. And the Stormhawks, Whitehawks break it out. They come down, they shoot wide of Arnold. Able to keep it in. They go far side to Brant. It's behind him. He chases a little bit. The Whitehawks come into the zone to take the shot on Arnold. Rebound right there. Heinz has got it. He's got Brant. Brant's going towards the net. Brant's the first one there. He's looking for someone. He's battling down low. Off the boards, there's going to be icing at 5:10 of the second period. (2-0) in favor of the good guys. Stormhawks in black lead second period at 5:09. Face-off is controlled by, I'm going to give that to the Stormhawks. Rotunda has him behind the net. He's looking for someone. He's sending it right out front. Van tried to get a shot on it. Back to the point. Lindell's there. He's going to take a shot. Doesn't quite make it to the goaltender. Again, back to the point. Down low. Shot wasn't there. Whitehawks trying to get it out. Finally, they get it out into the neutral zone. It's going to be offsides as Van quickly backhanded in, not wanting to get beat deep. 4:34, face-off outside the zone. Rotunda on the center. Whitehawks kind of skate out of it. Rotunda's going to pick it up, but Van's inside the zone. He couldn't pick it up. Whitehawks come back. Oh, he makes a move, comes through on Arnold. He made a move, but he was too far beyond the net, unable to get a shot on Arnold, at least on goal. Whitehawks are there. It's going to be pushed out. Oh, and Van's got it. It's a one-on-one. Rotunda's going to the middle. He takes a shot. It is frozen by the goaltender. Face off inside the zone. Rotunda at center. Face off is kicked down to the corner. Van's there to battle. Whitehawks have control. They hit it out of their center, and it's chipped away by Van. Rotunda has it. He's walking through. He goes low. He's looking back for that back pass. Olin Van has it. Back out to the point. Kept in. Going to be pushed down low. Van is there to make body contact. He's kept in. Pushed down low. And it's going to be rung around. That's going to be icing. There's no way that's not making it. So icing is called at 3:32. Another face-off inside the Whitehawks zone. So a little change of momentum as the first period I thought the Whitehawks were in our zone quite a bit. This period it looks like the Stormhawks are in the Whitehawks zone for the majority. Face off by Clava, he wins the draw, gets caught in McNabb's feet. He has nothing to do but just to put it low. Nutter has it behind the net. No one's on him. Oh, he looks high, but it's intercepted. Whitehawks go for the home run pass. They can't get it by Dreyer. Dreyer gets it, dumps it in, and chases. They change directions, trying to break out. They're going to look for the far side. It's intercepted by McNabb, and then he loses it. But Nutter's going to be the first one to the puck. Held in at the point. Shot wide of Arnold. It's going to be picked up by by Dreyer. And dump back down into the Stormhawk zone where Thorpe controls. He's going to go far side to Nutter. Nutter gets a piece of it, but not enough to get it deep into the zone. Whitehawks have it. They're coming in, right in on Arnold. He comes right across, centering pass. Dreyer took the receivee to not let him get a slap in. Thorpe has it. Thorpe's going to lose it. He's going to go far side to McNabb. McNabb's going to dump it in. They should go for a change. Now we're getting into long shifts again. So out of the zone it goes, off the wall. of a EHA sponsor, and they'll have a face-off inside the zone. Inside the zone, blocker side, face-off to break in Lindell at the point. Nickel wins the draw, back to Lindell, over to break. To break takes a shot, just goes, pushes it wide. Hines is there, puck comes right out in front, gets a piece. As the Whitehawks break out, they hit their wing. Comes down on Tabrake. Tabrake is able to take the body and the puck. Gives a nice hit. They got a guy in the slot. Spins around. Shot right on Arnold. Arnold's going to cover it up at 1:34. So the Whitehawks got a break there to get a shot, but Arnold was ready with the big pad. Face-off is kicked back to the point of the Whitehawks and dumped down low. It's going to go behind Arnold and into the corner. Push back behind Arnold. Going to be picked up by Tabrake. Tabrake's going to get it to Hines. Hines is going to try and get it up. Played along at the blue line. The Whitehawks are trying to get it deep, but they just can't. It's going to be pushed out. Tabrake's going to get it. He's going to bank it off the boards. And Brandt goes to the box again for holding. They're taking them both. So there'll be coincidental penalties at 1:05. Rotunda's going to take the drop. Vans at the sides. Zeltinger and Abbott at the point. Down low behind the net. Whitehawks try to get it out. They're going to get it up to them. It's going to come out. They got a little bit of speed. Blake Van comes through, takes a shot. Blocker save. Flips to the corner. As the Whitehawks try to skate out, take the body. Comes down on Zeltinger off the side of the net. It's right out there. Whitehawks get it back to the point, takes a shot. It's going to be off of Van. Van's got a race for it. And Van comes in. He's going to be hooked. And there's no call at all. And now they're going to flip it down to the Whitehawks, and it's going to be offsides. Wow. Wow. Officials missed one on that one. I don't know what they were thinking. The stick was in front of him along with his arm. 14 seconds remain in the second period. Face off inside the zone. Batted through, held it at the point. Goes towards the net. Skips up just wide of the net. Nutter, Corva has it. He backhands it right at the goaltender. It's flipping around. And that's going to end the period here with the Stormhawks ahead 2-0 entering the third. Start of the third period. It's still a power, no, it's not a power play. It's still 5-on-5, but we have one in the box until 14:05 for the 2-minute roughing for both of those players. So it'll be the first whistle after 14:05. Center ice, Stormhawks lead 2-0 entering the third, 15 minutes on the clock. And here we go. Shots were in favor of the Stormhawks 15-9, if that's accurate. Whitehawks are going to try and look to stretch. They come through, takes a shot on Arnold off the stick. Right on front. Puck is still loose, pushed to the side. And it's going to be kicked out, at least high to the point. Nutter's going to be able to get it and bank it out into the neutral zone. Clava and McNabb are out there as the Whitehawks are basically pushing, and they're going to call a calling something. Cross check. 2 minutes for cross checking, and the Stormhawks will go on the power play. Davis lines out there. Draw is won by the Whitehawks. It's iced all the way down. Inside the zone, face off, won again by the Whitehawks, banked off the boards, held in at the point by Break over to Lindell. Lindell takes a shot right on, and he covers up at 14:02. So draw again inside the zone, minute 44 remaining on the power play. Face off is controlled. Brand has down low. He tries to get it out high. Goes out to the point. Oh, it skips to Break stick, and they got to regroup. Break gets it back with Lindell. They're going to go into the zone. Nickel is there. He's going to go wide side. Over to Lindell. Lindell hide it to Break. Over to Nickel. Nickel down to Brandt. Brandt goes high to Break. Shot right on. As Hines was in front, Brandt was breaking from behind the net. And 1:12 remains in the power play opportunity. Van's behind the net, has control over. It skips his thing, and the Whitehawks are coming back. It's a one-on-one on Abbott. Back checking there, takes a shot wide of Arnold. The Whitehawks are out of position. They should be able to push it up. Rotunda gets it to Van. Van enters the zone. He goes far side. Zeltinger is back to Van in the slot, takes a shot off the shin pad. Into the corner it goes. High to Abbott. Zeltinger has it. He's going to, oh, he loses it. And back out into the neutral zone. Abbott has it. He's going to get it in. Van's going to at least gain the zone. Dumps it to Zeltinger, who dumps it down low. 20 seconds remain on the power play opportunity. And it's pushed out. And Arnold's going to come out and play that. But he's got to make a little bit better shot than that. Tried to skip it, skipped it right into the guy. He had control of it. Whitehawks come through. Zeltinger gets a skate and a body in it. Saved that rush. Thorpe over to Zeltinger. Zeltinger up to Van. Van loses it. Oh, he gets by Thorpe, takes a shot right on Arnold. Arnold makes a great save, and it was 1-0. And the Whitehawks come through, and then Stormhawks just keep playing poorly with the puck. Finally, it's pushed up at least into the neutral zone, but still, the Stormhawks have not had the puck for almost a minute. Finally, Thorpe comes in, takes a body, and knocks the puck loose, gets it over to McNabb. McNabb's got Kramer right in front. Nice little job there. Thorpe had McNabb on the side. McNabb went wide. Kramer is in the front, centered it around front, and slapped it in. So that when they did get control, they were able to bury it. 11:31, and that puts the Stormhawks up 3-0 in the third. Control at the point. Thorpe gets it. He flips it up to Nutter. Can't quite control it. They come through. Into the corner goes. Nutter's there. Puck is still loose. Held in at the point. Finally skips out. McNabb has it. McNabb tries to go to Nutter. It's stick deflected. And they're going to be offsides as they enter the zone at 11 minutes of the third period. From here on out, the Stormhawks just got to play, dump it deep and work it hard. Make the Whitehawks go 200 feet every time. Nickel, Heinz Brandt out there along with Avon and Lindell and Tibrick. Played along the boards. Dump down. Lindell has it. He's going to get it to Heinz. Heinz is going to chip it out. It's pushed back in. It's going to be offsides, and it's going to be a neutral zone faceoff. 10:48. Center ice faceoff from wherever shot in. Nickel at center. Faceoff comes through. It's going to be chipped up into the zone. Heinz is there. It's going to be picked up by Brandt. Brandt's going to go wide. He's ridden off, but I think he still has the puck. Nope, he loses the puck. He had the other guy's stick stuck in him, and he dropped it low. Brandt down low. Goes again, wide. The referees help blocking him. Gets it to Heinz, back to the point. There's a shot. Brandt goes to the box for roughing again. Smallest guy out there keeps getting roughings. There'll be a face-off inside the zone. Roughing. Inside the zone. Rotunda's there. Face-off is knocked to the corner. Whitehawks have control. It's at the point. So on the side, in the slot, takes a shot wide of Arnold. Played up high. They work it around the outside, takes a shot. Arnold with the save. DeBrick gets it off his hand and pushes it out in the neutral zone and knocks it about 150 feet down. Whitehawks are going to enter the zone. Takes a shot off the stick of Avon and into the netting at 9:39. Minute 21 remain on the power play opportunity for the Whitehawks. I haven't seen any of them. So face off, but won by the Whitehawks. Dumped in down low. In the slot, they try and center it. They can't quite get it. Van's gonna get it. He's gonna go ahead breakaway. He goes in, gets a shot, slide to the side, and they're going to come back. The Whitehawks are going to come down. It's a 2-on-2. He's going to try and go through off the skate of the defense. Down low it goes. It's in the corner. Puck's not moving anywhere. Finally, the Whitehawks comes out of it, takes a shot. Arnold, pad save. Tries to center it. A lot of traffic out front. Goes back to the point. 30 seconds remaining in the power play advantage about. High to the slot, takes a shot. Off the pad of Arnold and pushed to the corner. They work it up high. They try and hit the wing on the side. Unsuccessful. They get it and then push it out into the zone. And Van's going to push it. Van's going to get another breaker. Oh, Van comes in, takes a shot. Oh, he missed the upper corner. He gets pushed from behind. No call there. As he's battling, and that completes the power play. McNabb rides him off as they come into the slot. They have an opportunity. Oh, and they beat the D, and then they were able to slap it in. And I think it beat Arnold to the 5-hole, maybe. It was a low shot, and that puts the Whitehawks on the board at 8:01. So they got to start taking the body again and not letting them skate around them. 8:01. Clava's out there on the draw. Whitehawks win the draw. They skate right down. Into the zone they go. Centers it right out front. Intercepted by McNabb. McNabb's going to hit Nutter. Nutter goes down. Loses an edge. It comes back down. The Whitehawks going. They're going to be the first one down low. It centers right out front. Clava's there. Push it in the corner. It's down behind the net. Lindell's there. Lindell to McNabb. McNabb off the glass. Off the glass and must have hit someone. 7:29 in the third period. Stormhawks ahead 3-1. Draw is won by the Stormhawks, pushed around, but not enough on it to get it to Heinz on the boards. Evans there to got body contact along with Nickel. Nickel's going to get it up to Brandt. Brandt's going to look for Heinz. Can't quite get it to him. It's pushed all the way down. Zeltinger's going to pick it up behind Arnold. Reverse directions. Get it to Brandt. Brandt's going to go to Heinz. Heinz on the far side. Oh, he had the guy beat if he just went backside. Brandt's there. Takes a shot right on Arnold. Arnold's going to cover it up. And at 6:47. .647 of the third period. Stormhawks still ahead, 3-1. Inside the zone of Arnold. Rotunda at center. Draw is won by Rotunda. It's rung around. Dreyer's going to try and be there by Van, but neither one of them take it. Finally, it's picked up by Thorpe. Thorpe's going to skate it up. They got a 3-on-2. And they're going to call offsides on Van as he was just ahead of the puck. Rotunda on the draw. Neutral zone. It's pushed over. Whitehawks are there. Nice job by Dreyer to add some contact. Excuse me. That was Van with contact. Dreyer has it now. He's going to get it to Van. Van's going to enter the zone. He's got Rotunda with him. Battle in the corner. Whitehawks are going to try and break it out. It's intercepted by Rotunda. Rotunda's going to dump it down low. Blake Van is there. Goes around the net. And they're going to try and chip it out. It's going to be intercepted, passed over. Tipped by Blake Van just wide of the net. He's going to try and center it out front. They got an F3. They need an F3 high. And the forecheck is good. Intercepted by Dreyer. Dreyer's got to wait. Oh, and he just a hair too much. And at 5:39, he'll get a face-off outside the neutral zone.
Let's go.
Face-off, bench side outside the neutral zone. Kleva wins the draw to break smartly, dumps it in deep, allows the forecheck of Nutter and that line to go. Nutter's hit hard, knocked down, and it's going to be shot all the way down the ice right on Arnold. Arnold's just going to cover it up. It'll be a face-off inside the zone, 5:24. Face-off is controlled. Nutter gets it. He's going to carry it out. Guy's chasing, but he smartly dumps it down deep. They're going to work it deep, make him work for that puck to get it out. Whitehawks got guys flying out. Can't get it by Kleva. Now he does get it by Kleva. He's going to be offsides. They're going to let that one slide. Down low it goes to break behind the net. Going to get it to the wing of McNabb. McNabb's going to get it out off the defenseman and all the way down the ice. It's not going to... Didn't that hit at the defenseman? 4:54. It was an icing. Going to face off inside the Stormhawk zone to the blocker side of Arnold. Face off, won by Nickel, run around. Heinz is there. Heinz is going to get to Nickel, can't quite get it out of the zone. Down low it goes. Abbins there, he gets it picked from him, gets it back. Now he's battling the guy, gets it picked again. It's centered out front, right to the side of Arnold. They're really trying to push it out front. It's behind the net. It's push up the boards. Just a little sloppy play. Finally, Nickel gains control with a little space, gets it to Heinz. Heinz is going to go far side over to Brandt. Brandt's going to get tied up. Nickel's going to take it in. He's going to take a shot wide in the net. But they got to get back. Zeltinger's there. Zeltinger's going to skate. He tries to hit Heinz and it's off the stick, and that one will be an icing at 4 minutes. (3-1) in favor of the Stormhawks. 4 minutes remaining in the third period. Rotunda at center. Wins that draw to the side. It comes back. Arnold's there. Dreyer is there. He's going to reverse directions to Thorpe. Thorpe's got some time. He's going to go to the wing. It's going to come to the point, but stayed in and dumped into the corner. Dreyer's going to get it again. Push it around. No one's there except the Whitehawk. They center it out front, and the Whitehawks are going to lose the zone and all the way back into their end. Played along the boards. Take the body. Push to the center. Whitehawks have control. They enter the zone. He's right in the slot. He's trying to get a shot. Too much stick handling there. Back to the point it goes. It's going to be chipped away by Van. Rotunda's going to chase along with Van. That's the third time for Van to get there, but he's got to get there. The Whitehawks come through. Take a shot. Oh, it's a flip off of the defense. Skipped right there. And they got to get it out of the zone. It's out of the zone at least. Rotunda's got it. He's looking. It's pushed at least out of the zone into the neutral zone. Van chases. Nutter's there. He's going to intercept it. Oh, he can't get a shot, but he's going to just keep it low. play it in the corner. 2:35 remaining in the third period. Clava's there. He pushes it right out in front. Knocked behind the net by the goaltender. They don't need a goal at this time. Clava has it. He's going to get it to McNabb. McNabb's going to take a shot. Pad save. And it's going to be iced by the Whitehawks. There'll be a face-off in their zone at 2:17. If they can keep it in their zone, there's no way they can pull the goalie. Just keep that pressure on. Face-off inside the Whitehawks zone. Glove side. Face-off is controlled by the Whitehawks, but not pushed out. Finally knocked out in the neutral zone where the Stormhawks gain control. Lindell has it. Lindell gets it to Nutter. Nutter tries to tip it deep. Unsuccessful and is pushed down the ice. That should be icing, but Arnold played it. So minute 59 to go. Stop behind the net. Pushed up. Clava's going to get it. He's going to chip it. They got a 2-on-1. Clava's coming in with Nutter. Clava's going to take the shot. And saved by the goaltender at a minute 47. It's 3-1 in favor of the Stormhawks. Third period. Face off inside the White Sox zone. Nickel on the draw. They're going to push it down low. They're going to try and get it out. Abbott gets it. He's going to dump it right back in. And the Stormhawks are going to chase. Along the boards, Abbott's there. He's just going to dump it in low again. Oh, he fammed on it. It's going to be pushed down low. Nickel is chasing. We got two wings high. And it's going to be icing on the or the Whitehawks at a minute 13. Face off again in their zone. Nickel on the draw, loses the draw. They get it up to the Whitehawks. They come through. They come down on Dreyer. Push to the side. They pulled the goalie. The goalie is loose. Banks it up. It's out of the zone. Heinz got it. He's got an open net. Takes a shot. And he puts it in from center ice. And that should put a cap on the game. A nail in the coffin at 4-1 with 54 seconds remaining. Blake Van gets it. Spins around. Lindell has it on the boards. He's going to cross it over. He's just going to get it in. He's going to skate wide. Drops it to Van. Lindell's going to get it. Just pushes it down low. Rotunda's there to forecheck along with Blake and Owen Van. Lindell's going to race back, get it. He's got time. 20 seconds remain in the game. He's going to go behind Arnold in the net. He's just going to sit there. Well, he should have just sat there. Tried to chip it out. Goes to neutral ice. Slipped over, and the Whitehawks are going to get it back to their D. And the Whitehawks are just going to run out of time. They hit the guy on the wing. He's going to come in, and he's going to take that shot, and the shot will not count. And the final score of the game is 4-1 in favor of the Stormhawks, and they will advance to the semifinal round.